feel like I'm still in Vegas. Welcome back to the Stockwell Eldridge Show. I'm Jason Stockwell with Remax Results. We have a great show for you. Again, today we have Alexander Bernstein here. We got to introduce him in the first segment just recently, and then we have Stephanie Havel with Wells Fargo.
Good morning.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Just so we talked about it in the last segment, Dave Ramsey, just to give you a quick update on it. Leadership qualities. I found it on my phone. I took a picture of it.
Oh, yes, I want to hear
Here's
that.
what he says. Integrity, passionate, a servant, humble, visionary, influential, disciplined, and charismatic. So if you have those characteristics, or you want to have those, you can, you can change and have those characteristics because they're choices. They're not
You know
actually.
how to. I mean, how do you?
Well, I have plenty of charismatic.
Perfect. You got that one covered.
That I
was
cover
just gonna say,
perfectly.
yeah, charisma. I don't know if everybody can actually
And
just clap their hands and get
I don't
it.
need to clap the hand.
I wish
it's
I
just there.
could.
It's just there.
Can I be like the genie if I go on a date?
That's right.
Make them charismatic?
That's right.
oh, to change someone else? That's that. If you find out how to do that, then let us know. 'cause
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
Yeah,
start selling
that's the
books.
golden ticket.
So you can find us on YouTube. So check us out on YouTube now to see the information about us, the show. You can watch us. You can see past shows where we had Major Sean on and Chief Larry on and Allison Krause on. We had some great past shows as well. But check us out on YouTube and on Facebook. You'll find information of all of our guests. So we'll get Alex Bernstein's information on there. Now, Alex, I apologize. I'm calling you Alex. It's
Yes.
Alexander. Is Alex
No,
okay?
I prefer Alex.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll have Alex Bernstein's information on there. But if you do know of anybody that has estate sale needs or is thinking of doing an estate, just like any time is okay, right? In real estate, it's okay to sell your house. However, there are better times than not. Probably a good time coming up, getting into the spring and
Yes.
summer for estate sales, correct?
Correct.
So what's a good number to reach you at, just so we get that out?
The number is 612-462-2293. Again, 612-462-2293. Find the pen and write our phone number later. I will repeat it one time again.
Yes, and in case, the accent is thick, as you know, which is great, Alex. We love it. So in case you didn't understand, just
sexy.
kidding. It's sexy.
Very
It's
sexy.
very sexy. No, you got that. So we'll have that on our...
Should I try it in,
Yes,
my,
please do that.
in an Italian accent?
Yes, go for it.
612-462-2293.
I see.
Is that Italian
That was
accent?
like my Italian grandma.
Oh, it sounds
No.
very, very good.
Fantastic.
So Alexander, so tell me more about an estate sale. So is it really? I mean, do you do them just here in the Twin Cities, or are you all over the state
We
of
do
Minnesota?
all over of the United States.
Okay.
Oh, really? Nice.
We've done in Wisconsin a couple of them. So basically, let me just explain you. Let's say somebody decide to move from one house to another. What is their options? They can move everything with them to another house,
Yes.
or most of the people say, I don't want to take our furniture and our clothes and our things. I prefer to move and buy new things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what they do then? They either have to find a estate sale company who will do the sale,
Yep.
or put it in the Craigslist, and as you know, you don't know who is coming through the door,
Right.
and there is many instances of robberies had been happening next day, or find somebody who do buyout. Buyout means they come with a roll of cash, come inside of a house, say, well, for all of what you see around, I'll give you X amount of dollar. They are not on your side. Let me repeat, they're not on your side because the less money they pay you, the more money they make.
Yep.
We do not take a title on property or on belongings. We represent your interest. So the more money you make, the more money we make.
Oh, that's great to
Yep.
know. That's a
So
good point.
we work on a commission.
Just like real estate agents.
That's right.
Yep.
And loan
And we
officers.
don't ask any fees. We would ask a fee if there is enormous amount of clutter. Then we would say, listen, to clean it up, we don't make money on it, but we'll clean it up.
So when
Yeah.
you say that, like the clutter, then do you actually come into the house
Yeah.
then and
Set up.
you
everything.
you set it all up, saying, okay,
Absolutely.
this is what you want to sell, and we'll put it in this place and
Yes.
clean up and
And we have being in the business for 8 years and going to numerous, about 8 appointments for every sale that we make.
Really?
Yes.
8 appointments with one sale. Okay.
Because most of the people think that they're home full of treasures.
Mm-hmm.
Reality of fact, they might have treasures, but most likely we need to find enough material so we can bring 800 to 1,000 people.
Yes. So that's why when you said in the beginning that you do how many estate sales per year
About 30 to 40 estates.
30 to 40.
Yes.
So, which is when you're lining up and coordinating the estate
Yes.
sale, trying to get and you do get large numbers of people there.
That's right.
The only way to do that, you're not able to have one every day, obviously, because
No.
and you also want to make sure there's enough stuff to bring the
That's
people
right.
there that they'll come.
I don't
and get.
want people to come at 11 o'clock in the morning and say, Alex, why did you invite us? We need
Because
to have
there's nothing
material.
there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
We usually sell over 90% of everything that's in the house.
Really,
Wow.
that's impressive.
So as a result of it, but more important is what do we sell? If we have half broken furniture, nobody will come to the sale.
Yes.
It has to have a value.
Yes.
And people say, well, how do I know? Very simple. Look at your stuff and say, what would I pay for it if I would be a buyer, not a seller?
Yes. And Alex, I need you to come and help me in real estate sales because if I can get sellers on that same side and said, throw the
Right,
shoes
that's
on the other
exactly
foot. We know you love the home and obviously, and it's a great house.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a lot of emotional attachment to it. You've been there a long time. A lot of memories have been made here, which is great.
Right.
However, you don't necessarily get paid for the memories. You're only getting paid for what the home is worth to a new person in the coming in.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, I want you to remember, everybody operates in 4 ways. Greed, fear, appeal, which means I like this color or that color, and very rarely compassion. So
Greed
you-
and fear are probably the two most.
very
Yeah.
rarely compassion. But so if they say to you, oh, I have such an emotional attachment to this or that, ask them, would you sell it for $500, this attachment? I said, no. $1,000 for this attachment? 2,000? Yes, I'm ready. Show me where to say. So there is some sentimental things. And
Yes.
But
like a
everything has a
photos,
price, right?
But diamond is not sentimental thing. The jewelry is not sentimental thing. The painting is not sentimental thing. It has a value.
I
And
see.
everybody
Yes.
have their threshold upon which greed prevails from fear or appeal or compassion.
Compassion. Wow.
Well, and I think somebody was on our show
That
and they
makes
talked
us
about
all
taking a
sound so
picture.
bad. And that
Taking-
people,
No, compassion. Remember about compassion?
Compassion.
right, there
Don't
is-
forget about compassion.
I forgot about
Well, there is something to be said, though. Like
No,
when my
I'm kidding.
grandfather, my grandma had passed, my grandpa lived in the house, and my grandpa passed. And, we just took it amongst ourselves to clean out this
Yeah.
home and get rid of everything. And both my grandparents were cooks, and loved to cook, Italian family and all that kind of stuff. But it was fun for me, like all these kitchen utensils. Like I still have like this old,
You see?
what do you call that? A meat tenderizer, like a
yes.
metal meat tenderizer.
Are you
That was
using
from my
it
yes.
on your loved
That I
one?
use, and it just
At all?
reminds. Well, yeah, on any bad dates, I get
Yes.
man dies from a meat tenderizer.
Oh,
But no, I love having all these little trinkets in my house that remind me of my grandparents.
That's
And
right.
I could go out and buy all new kitchen utensils,
Yeah.
but I like using the old school cheese grater from
That's-
my grandparents. And-
I remember one thing. One time I come in, near the house in Edina was a big dumpster. And I said, what is there? Asking people. I went to the appointment. I said, oh, there's nothing, just garbage. I looked inside and I see a cylindrical wooden box. And I said, well, I should dive into the dumpster. And I did.
Oh, wow.
I did.
Alex, the
I
dumpster
coming
diver.
out with that box, and it's written pepper on top. And then I turn it upside down, and I see expires in 1858.
Oh, wow.
So they didn't know that that box have quite a bit of the value.
Yes, antique value.
So we
yeah.
ask people, don't throw anything until we have a chance to look at it.
Yes.
Because for somebody is a junk, for another person it's a treasure.
Yep.
We sell everything from Picasso and Renoir, and we sold last year we sold over 15 Picasso pieces.
Wow.
So what happens? And maybe we have a few minutes left in this segment, but you know, some things to talk about. Maybe the next segment is what happens. And so we have the estate sale, and you said you sell 90%. What happens? What do we do with the other 10%? Do you take it?
We give option to the customer. Do you want to dispose it? Please. If you want us to do for a fee, and we are very inexpensive. We are not making money on clean out or cleaning.
Yeah.
We make money on estate sales.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, very important, we do appraisals. And we do art appraisal as well as belonging appraisals. We work.
So they have like a certificate of value.
We have customers from Mayo Clinic to many banks. I don't have a permission from any one of them to mention their names.
Yes.
Right.
But on another side, it's not a secret that we do business with a lot of banks and trust and state attorneys as well.
Yep.
So when you're saying, so when you talk about a certificate, like when you're selling these Picasso and Renoir, you have an appraisal done and an actual certificate to prove the value of that particular painting or item.
It is very interesting business we are. For example, well, I will tell about example on
Okay,
next
in the
segment.
next segment. Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to hear that.
So Alexander Bernstein is with Wilmat Hill, which his website is Will Matt Hill, WILLMATT Hill, HILL. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be back with more. Thanks for listening.
Just when things went right, it doesn't mean they were always wrong. Just take this song.